Exciting about this.
It worked for me. Welcome to Attack of the Show, everybody. I'm Candace is actually out shooting machine guns in the Midwest. Not for our show. She's just crazy. So joining me today is Miss Sarah Underwood.
We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Careful with that. On the show today, Michael Rappaport and Fife from A Tribe Called Quest will be here live with their new documentary on the legendary rap group. And news from Capitol Hill, and it's not a politician's junk shot, everybody. Believe it or not. Barney Frank and Ron Paul have reached across the aisle to pass you a spliff. That's what your grandparents call a joint, I think. A weed legalization bill is in Congress right now. We're going to have all the details in the feed and the loop.
And we'll reveal how sites like Facebook and Google censor the information you're looking for. Plus, the cast of Bad Teacher steals the shirt right off Blair Herter's back.
What?
We're completely serious.
Our show's going in the wrong direction. Yesterday you were naked, but today it's Blair Herter.
Yeah.
Might want to send a memo. Just update that.
Video convoy, roll out.
There's an internet. We're going to go around it.
Yeah.
In at number 5 today, do you know the best way to clean a dirty pool?
Here's a hint. Not like this.
No, it's not gonna fall this time. This time it's not. Your face!
I love that. That's
What?
Oh, he had a concussion. Let's laugh and applaud. That's what the internet has done to our sensibilities. It was like watching evolution in reverse. Like, instead of crawling out of the primordial ooze, he slid right back into it.
Yeah, but he does get style points for doing it on his face.
That is true. I always give style points when I can do it on the face, so yes.
Our number... What was that?
I'm sorry?
I think I heard you wrong. What did you say?
What?
Okay, never mind. I think I heard something completely inappropriate for TV, but I must not have heard that right.
No, we're not on TV. These aren't even cameras. There's nothing. This is all just a ruse.
What do you...
What?
Our number four video today comes courtesy of Fake News Maestro's The Onion News Network.
Now, when you want to hear some real talk on issues like gay marriage, you need an old-timey prospector.
From National Organization for Marriage, Brian Brown.
Good to be here, Joe.
What's your bug with gays, Brown?
Well, my organization feels it's important to protect the sanctity of marriage. Legally sanctioning two men to marry would be harmful.
Hold up, Brown. You never been mining on a mountain during a chilling season? Fortnight in the Black Hills, two men got to pile up together to stay warm.
But the fact is, homosexuality is bad for
We
families.
had our own family up in the mine. We call it warm skin family. Only uttered it once, but then we knew.
But legal marriage has always been defined as between a man and a woman.
Them mines ain't no place for women folk. Can't lead a mule uphill and haul no bounty with all them pillowy parts, and the bears are right attracted to their menses.
All them pillowy parts. That's the best. I'm going to start calling them pillowy parts. I'm glad to hear that Jode and I agree on this important issue, though, so that's cool.
What, gay marriage?
No, the dangers of a woman's menses.
Jode was only talking about bears.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Bears are just the beginning, Sarah. And at number 3 today, the gift that keeps on giving, it's Vancouver hockey riot footage.
Now, watch carefully because this clip of protesters clashing with police features a surprising entrance courtesy of a porta potty. Yeah.
Personally, I've seen way worse porta potty dumps, but
I mean, my question is, what the heck was he doing on top? It doesn't.
just going to the bathroom. You ever been inside one of those things? It's just, you always drop from the top.
Okay. Okay, I'm with you.
Normally I'm beneath, just for the view, but you know.
Oh, Kev. You would.
Yeah. There was a story that really happened. Someone did that recently.
What?
Like fairly recently. We were just discussing this. Not a joke. Not a joke.
What?
Yeah. He may or may not have been Portuguese, but someone actually was hiding beneath and checking out the view.
Like a fetish, like you like.
I would hope at that point. I mean, no, he just got wrong directions from a cabbie. What is this?
Well,
There's no trains here.
Thanks for that delightful story
You're
this
welcome.
Thursday afternoon. I appreciate it. Let's go to number 2.
Yeah,
What do you
there's plenty
say?
more show left. Don't worry.
And at number 2 today, footage of an epically long motorcycle wipeout paired with the perfect soundtrack thanks to YouTube Doubler.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle race fail, and that's always fun, right, in and of itself?
Yeah, sure.
But when it's synced up to Yakety Sax, the world's greatest ode to running away, it's magic.
That was good.
Yeah, I would classify that as good. I just like that he went through all 5 stages of grief there.
Yeah. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally a Benny Hill chase.
Yeah. It's true, look it up. Still ahead, hit video game LA Noire gets a real-world makeover.
Our number 1 ATN is up next.
Where is it?
It's going up there.
Easy. Today's ATN featured a pool cleaner's nasty spill. Tell us, what's the name of his pool cleaning company? Tweet us your responses at AOTS, #OMGROFLOL. If your response makes a splash, we'll feature it on tomorrow's show. Oh, we're getting Kiwi. All right.
No?
Keep chanting and she'll keep dancing. Thanks to our guest, Michael Rappaport. Good night, everybody.
No, we have our number 1 video.
We do have our number 1 video,
Our
as
number 1
evidenced by your
video
dance.
is Funny or Die's tribute to one of the year's best games, LA Noire.
Yes, now, Rockstar's huge fans, by the way. The uproarious applause die down for LA Noire. Rockstar's detective drama features some innovative storytelling, but Detective Cole Phelps' style of investigation, it doesn't actually work so well in the real world.
So, what were you up to this weekend?
Oh, well, me and Janice took the kids down to the beach. Little picnic, you know.
You expect me to believe that, you son of a bitch?
Whoa. Calm down.
Tell me what I want to know about your family weekend and things will go a lot better for you.
Stop yelling at me.
Well, that's all the questions I have for now.
You're just not a good cop, okay?
What do you mean? I solved the white stocking case.
What do I mean? Don't you remember what you did at the crime scene yesterday?
Yeah, if you haven't played it, that's pretty much it.
I mean, walking into walls is a totally normal thing to do when you play that game. I don't get what
when you're playing the game, Sarah, yes. When you play it, you walk into walls.
these controllers has too many buttons.
I know. They put so many of them there. It's okay. It's okay. No. Shh. It's okay. Does this help you? Because it's helping me. Okay. To get your daily viral, blah, 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 no one cares. Listen, I got a big announcement. Huge announcement.
Your blood work, it was negative. It was negative. Your blood work, negative, yes?
No, positive. You should really get tested. This is a big announcement, though, and not huge, but it's a big announcement. This weekend, I will, in fact, be in Las Vegas at the Electronic Daisy Carnival. It's a celebration of art and life, and it's a rave. It's a huge rave. So I will be dancing and partaking in various legal recreational stimulants. Maybe have sex with a raver or four at the same time. Who knows? The point is, I may not return. I got to be honest with you guys.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. I have a plan for succession that ensures the continuity of AOTS in the event that a host, me, is incapacitated. Woo, I feel like fur. And unable to perform, which come Monday is almost certain to be the case. So don't worry. You guys are going to be in great hands. I promise.
Kevin replacement auditions, day 2.
Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm your host, Sparkle Lantern. Kevin Pereira is missing.
ATN, meow.
Yo, coming up. Whip out your tweets. Yo. Web tools. Okay, I'm good, guys, I'm good. Let's go again, right away, come on.
This is the feed.
Now it's time for Rides, Whips, and Hoods.
It's Whooms.
What is?
The segment's called Rides, Whips, and Whooms.
No, that's dumb. It should be Rides, Whips, and Hoods. Because, cars have hoods, not whooms.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you. So I got it, right?
Thank you. Hey, look at all these tweets. These are the best tweets I've ever analyzed. Beep, 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 yo, beep, 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 yo.
Let's talk about craft service.
So, web tools. Oh, that's a show about dudes on the interweb, right? I like to host a show like that.
Around the net, you're busted.
Okay, great. Just maybe a little more natural this time.
And here is web tool.
Around the net, you're getting busted. And you're getting busted. And you're getting busted. And you.
Okay, all right, yeah. Try. That's good, but try it without the busted.
Well, you might as well ask me not to be busted while you're freaking at it. Hey, I'm up here. Yeah.
Web tools always makes me. Who's that? Is that a keeper?
Like I said, everything's gonna be fine, so relax.
No, it won't. That was awful.
Awfully good, you mean? Seriously, I'll see you squares later. Just throw another hamster on this wheel.
Here's some more bad news. Could your web browser or Facebook page be censoring the news you read? Learn the shocking truth when AOTS investigates.
You're inside an invisible bubble where controversial news items and opposing viewpoints are being filtered out. The internet is hiding things from you.
If I search for something and you search for something, we may get very different search results.
Writer Eli Pariser calls this the filter bubble, and it exists because websites, including Google and Facebook, think they know you. They provide search results and feed items catered to you based on who you friend, what you like, and your browsing history. During Pariser's eye-opening TED Talk, he demonstrates how a liberal who has liked left-leaning articles will stop seeing links that his conservative friends post on Facebook. In the end, you're not getting the full story. Facebook only shows you what you like and agree with. Challenging viewpoints are completely hidden. The problem is that you don't know you're inside the filter bubble. To see it in action, try this experiment. Fire up Google and search for Barack Obama. If you're a conservative, you'll probably get links to Fox News. If you're a liberal, chances are the links will lead you somewhere else, like MSNBC. Okay, so what if you log out of Google and then do a search? Google still knows who you are based on your location and the device you use to access the web. In the Midwest on a 2-year-old Dell? Well, here's a Drudge Report link. In San Francisco on an iPhone? Yeah, maybe you'll get a link to Huffington Post. Other search engines, including Microsoft's Bing, do it as well. And it's not just news that's being affected. Sites like Netflix are engineered to suggest movies that are tailored to you. But it may be hiding some great films because you've been watching Ace Ventura or Zoolander. Not that those aren't great. So how do you bust out of your filter bubble? First, look into alternatives like up-and-coming search engine DuckDuckGo. It has a no-track policy. No matter who's doing the searching, everybody sees the same results. As an alternative to Facebook, consider switching over to Twitter. For the people you follow, it shows every update in your feed, no matter what the content. Nothing gets filtered out. For even more protection, turn on your browser's private or incognito mode. That way you don't reveal who you are to sites like Google and Bing, and they'll have a harder time filtering your content. Breaking the bubble is as easy as breaking some of your surfing habits. You'll finally be free of a personalized internet that does more harm than good. So surf smart, don't believe everything you read, and stop living inside the bubble. Still ahead. Listen to me, I could be taken seriously. Congress might finally do something useful. Make it easier to legalize pot. Sarah has the details in the feed, and later in the loop, I will connect with the leaders of NORML, the marijuana law reform group. So viva la resistance! Pop, pop.
Later, Michael Rapport and Fife from A Tribe Called Quest are here live to drop some knowledge about their new documentary, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Stick around.
Oh, take it to the limits. Trust it. Take it to the limits. Take it to the limits.
I've actually got your first headline of the day. Here's Sarah Underwood.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Let's start the feed.
Okay.
All the news you need to know.
The feed.
It's Thursday, June 23rd, and here are your top stories. Big news for anyone who likes their marijuana legal. Woo! Ron Paul and Barney. Yeah, right. Ron Paul and Barney Frank are on your side. The two congressmen have introduced a bill to the House today that would clear up the conflicts between state and federal laws regarding pot. Currently, there are 16 states that allow the use of medical marijuana, despite the fact that federal law bans it. So what Ron and Barney's bill would do is allow states to make their own decisions about pot without federal interference. It's a victory for small government activists and smokers alike, and we'll have more information coming up in the loop. And is Apple about to get into the TV business? Daily Tech is reporting that an anonymous former Apple executive has revealed that the company could soon be manufacturing TV sets that come bundled with iTunes and Apple TV. In other words, your new flat screen could be iOS-driven and sold at the Apple Store. While details are sketchy, it seems that this could be Apple's attempt to compete with Netflix, which has thus far dominated the streaming TV market. The source says the iTVs could debut as soon as this fall. And Lord of the Ring fans rejoice. After numerous delays, The Hobbit has started shooting, and there's proof! Entertainment Weekly has just released the first 3 images from the set of director Peter Jackson's Return to Middle-earth, and now we all know what Bilbo Baggins will look like on the big screen. There's also a photo of Ian McKellen reprising his role as Gandalf or playing a homeless guy smoking a hash pipe. Either way, we're excited! Yeah! And it's It's a big day for Harry Potter fans. Today, author J.K. Rowling officially announced the launch of Pottermore, a website and interactive experience that will also sell for the first time ebook versions of the best-selling fantasy series. In addition, the Pottermore experience will include 18,000 words of new material about the wizarding world. J.K. Rowling may claim to be a normal human, but finding yet another way to make more money off Harry Potter? That's pretty magical. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now back to Kevin.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. How many cats do you have to own to get into Pottermore early? Like to get into that beta? Is it like 16 cats, you think? Fair enough. Hey, Prohibition, it's a bummer, man. Whatever. But the criminalization of pot might be ending. It's The Loop. Joining me from Washington, D.C. to help us make sense of it all is Executive Director of Normal, Alan St. Pierre, everybody. How are you, Alan?
Hemful, happy hello from D.C.
A medicinal one, I hope. Let's talk about this bill. How was Normal involved with the drafting of this bill? And exactly what is this bill?
This bill would legalize marijuana. It would allow the states that want to go this route to do so. This whole effort began in 1970, if you will, 40 years ago, and only in the last year and a half did a number of Congress people come together to say, let's go beyond medical marijuana and decriminalization. Let's go towards legalization.
So now, Alan, why the leap to legalization as opposed to decriminalizing first? Is it, I mean, if you're going to go through the trouble, you might as well go all the way kind of thing?
Well, in 1972, the Schaefer Commission came out, this big, huge report the Nixon commissioned, saying that marijuana should be decriminalized first before it's ever legalized. Well, 14 states have decriminalized marijuana. 16 states, as mentioned earlier, have medicalized it. So we have gone through that interim period, and it looks like legalization is the next stop.
All right, so Alan, what does that mean for those? Let's start with those 16 states where, you know, medicinal marijuana is in fact legal. It was voted upon. You can have it. If this bill goes through, and that could be in months or years from now, if it goes through, what does it mean for them?
It means all the states that currently have those laws, if they want to go from decrim or medical to legalization, they can do so. The other 35 or so states that haven't really picked up on any of these reforms over the last 40 years, for many of them, they have held back saying, hey, the federal government's going to come down on us like a ton of bricks. So now that the federal government, under this bill, if it was to pass and be signed, it would allow those states to move forward. I mean, certainly states like Colorado, Washington, Oregon, California, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, those states poll very highly towards legalization. States like South Carolina, Georgia, the Dakotas, sorry, folks, they're doing pretty bad.
Oh, those Dakotas. That's all right. They're going to get a contact high anyways. I've seen the wind patterns. They're screwed. What are the benefits of actually ending prohibition? Sell me on this one, because I'm not sold already.
Well, where do we begin beyond the fact that maybe you and I don't get busted this weekend? We don't have
Excuse me, sir. My glaucoma is very serious business. So, no, I mean, of course, you know, we're obviously preaching to the choir here. I actually think the whole medicinal argument is ridiculous as well. I think there's just as a sensible recreational argument that should be made as well, and I'm glad that some people are making it. But to those who are at home and saying, well, no, I don't think you guys should be able to smoke your marijuana. What is the argument for ending this?
Well, the quick elevator argument is we can stop destabilizing our beautiful borders with Canada and Mexico. We can tax and regulate it. And we can actually have a cogent message the same way we do for alcohol and tobacco.
Now, what's the argument against, though? Is it because this country happens to make a lot of money off of keeping people incarcerated for possession? Or is it because law enforcement wants to keep the drugs off the street? What exactly is the anti?
Ever since you and I have been speaking for the last 2 or 3 minutes, every 35 seconds somebody's arrested on marijuana charges. Every year, 850,000 people get picked up, 90% for possession only. So believe me, there's a prison drug war industrial complex that doesn't want 74 years of cannabis prohibition to go away.
But wait, if every 35 seconds we're busting one of these potheads, shouldn't we just hang out for a few hours and the world be over?
Well, you'd think that the government had recruited, at this point now, 23 million people have been busted since 1965.
Wow. Well, now that the bill's been introduced, Alan, tell me what's next? Where does it go from here? And how can our viewers get involved? How can people help?
the most unsexy thing in the world. They have to contact their representative and get them to be a co-sponsor because you need hundreds of co-sponsors, and we need to have hearings. We need to get this bill passed. We cannot endure any more prohibition in this country for marijuana.
Do you think Barney Frank's going to get a strain named after him?
I'd be the first to nominate the Barney Paul strain.
I need some of that Barney gooey. Alan St. Pierre from Normal, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. And keep up the good fight. Really appreciate it. Thanks for keeping us in the loop. Right now, let's go over to my favorite stoner, Sarah Underwood. What? What?
Stay tuned. Michael Rappaport and Fife from A Tribe Called Quest will be here live. And we'll talk about their new documentary, but we can't promise any rapping.
The Feed is brought to you by Mitchum. 48 hours a day.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Captures the beats, rhymes, and life of A Tribe Called Quest.
I think of being on an F train in Queens, on the way to Manhattan to the studio, 25th Street, writing my rhyme on the train. By the time I got to Battery Studios, I walked in there, I was a little late. So I'm like, yo, what up, fellas? Yo, I'm ready to get busy, what's good? Yo, the mic's waiting for you. So I went in there and spit my verse. And then I just remember walking back into the control room.
On Bugging Out, the first time we heard it. Yo, microphone check, 1, 2, what is this? What?
Join me now, Michael Rappaport and Fife from A Tribe Called Quest, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Congrats, by the way. It's not only being called a great documentary, but it's, being heralded as one of the greatest music documentaries of all time, so.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, well, thank you works, but
it's crazy.
It's incredible, but a performance is one thing for you as an actor when you're out there, and it's like if it's a bad performance, that's okay. Maybe the film will live on.
Right.
You are to blame or to credit for every cut, frame, sound up, every visual flair, everything. Was that freeing, or were you scared S-less in the edit bay over this project?
It was paralyzing at times. I figured I would be blamed for every screw up, but I can't take the responsibility for everything positive. I didn't make the movie by myself. I had good people around me, helping me, holding me up at times, and really, it's a credit to Tribe Called Quest, letting me tell their story, giving me such a honest, open, forum to do it. And I was just there to work hard and to try to get it done because, Tribe Called Quest is very precious to me as it is to the fans.
Yeah, it's not just it's not somebody you just click like on their Facebook profile. It's your whole life. It tells a story.
Yeah, you have an emotional, visceral reaction to it. Like you love A Tribe Called Quest. And that was, everybody has a Tribe Called Quest story and a moment that I interviewed and talked to about the film, and people, the fans hold them very dear to the heart. So I felt that responsibility, and I didn't want to screw it up. But it wasn't just me.
Fife, are we interrupting your NBA draft? I don't want to.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm just trying to put this on silent.
We wouldn't want it to get in the way of the interview now, would we?
They always find the wrong time to hit me.
Well, so you had a lot of help, Fife. Did you hold a boom mic, or did you get in there in Final Cut Pro and show Michael how it's done?
No, not necessarily. I didn't, but the rest of the group, they had their say. Everybody had their say, we gave Mike a definite hard time.
Yeah.
Beats, rhymes, and fights and all this crazy stuff. So,
beats, rhymes, and lawsuits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we let them know, nah, man, you gotta keep this precious. We hold the brand dear to our hearts, so you gotta respect it. You gotta cherish it like your kids, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever put a couple bars of soap in a sock and just wing it around a few times to let them know you mean business?
No, it was all good.
What'd you think of the film? Obviously you've seen it a handful of times now. How'd he do?
Go
ahead, tell him to his face. It's good.
You did well, man. You did well. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. You did really, really well. I was scared to watch it at first because, this is like my whole adulthood in a nutshell. You know what I mean? And it's when I first saw the film, I was like, damn, that was a hell of a group.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? So,
You're like, wow,
no,
all
I'm just
that
playing,
happened.
but nah. It was a good movie, man. Good movie.
And it's not just about like the crazy tour or parties and groupies. It gets much more heavy and real than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, A Tribe Called Quest
He
wasn't
didn't have
about
enough
that.
time for that.
That's the Blu-ray extras.
Yeah, that's the Blu-ray extra Tribe Called Quest Redux version. I mean, you know, Tribe wasn't about groupies and partying and
Wait, what? Yeah, I don't buy that for a second.
Well, you know, they weren't about that, but they had
Positive
groupies.
groupies.
Yeah, they had conscious groupies. They had groupies.
Oh, you care about the environment? Great, get in the bin of kitty litter. Yeah, I got it.
You know, one thing about Tribe Called Quest is they talked about women in such a respectful, playful, flirtatious way.
Right.
Like Bonita Applebum is such a, it's like. The Rolling Stones have Angie, and the Beach Boys have, Barbara Ann, and they're not like exploitive songs like a lot of songs in hip hop and a lot of
At the
times.
time, especially, they were.
Yeah, and so Tribe was always big with the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They always had girls and around them, and you'd always hear girls and Five Dog and Q-Tip. So, but the group itself, like the movie wasn't about that because they didn't represent that. They brought such a class and an inclusiveness to the movie. Into hip hop. So I didn't want the movie to reflect something that wasn't part of what they represented.
Now, there was a moment, Fife, in the documentary where you talk about, like, it wasn't about the music anymore. It became about a paycheck. It became business. Is that a problem when your passion gets turned into a profession? Is there a way to avoid that where you can practice your love for music or for whatever that is without destroying it?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. The problem with that is when it becomes a job, it shows in the music.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of our fans enjoyed the music because it was fun, it was quirky, it had a spirit to it, it had a vibe to it. And, songs like Bonita Applebum, To Find a Way, Back to Stressed Out, people can attest to those things. But if it's all about a paycheck, you're going to hear the struggle more so than the fun in the music. And I'd rather be able to have fun with it. Now, yeah, give me my money, no doubt. But I want to be able to have fun because this is what we chose to do as teenagers. And I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets other than actually breaking up.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean?
I mean, there's rumors of more music. Contractually, you guys have one more album, right?
Yeah, for 13 years we've had one more album.
Well, should I not hold out hope? Should I stop refreshing iTunes every day?
We thank you for the hope, but I could only speak for myself. In my heart of hearts, I hope we can eventually do it. Because I'm all about these fans, man. Because they held us down all these years when we were doing the music for them, as well as when we weren't doing the music for them. They treat us like we have the hottest hit record out right now as we speak. So I humbly accept. I'm very thankful.
Michael, would you like to see one more?
And that's the reason why I made the movie. Yeah. That curiosity of, will you guys make more music? Can you guys make more music? That was spawned the idea, like, I want to make a documentary about
You've got hundreds of hours of footage. I mean, when the credits scroll on this, there were people that I mean, it was like playing Where's Waldo? Where were they in this thing?
Yeah.
Any extras? Is there going to be a re-release?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's definitely, I think I'm very excited about the DVD release. I mean, the movie hasn't even come out in theaters yet, but the DVD will have some really good featurettes, some cutout scenes, talking about other songs, kind of breaking down the songs. Cool. There's a Busta Rhymes sequence. There's a Jay Dilla sequence. And I think there'll be some more insight into Q-Tip.
Love it. I love it. Well, I'm a huge fan as well. And I know, speaking of huge fans, Fife, Michael told us how much you love LeBron James. So we went ahead a couple weeks in advance and had him sign this for you. So congratulations. That is LeBron's finest for you, good sir.
Listen, man. Listen. Don't get it twisted. I've seen footage of him in high school. I heard about him, all of that. He's phenomenal. But
you heard it there. Fife says LeBron James phenomenal.
He really is,
cut
man.
that up.
He really is, man. I just think.
Say favorite player, then they'll cut that. My favorite player.
Listen. I just think when you have something like the decision, what he did last year for free agency, if you're gonna be bold to do something like that, you better win the finals, man.
Yeah, well, that's his legacy building. Legacy building.
That's what I'm saying. But I honestly think he's much too talented to go his whole career without a title.
Well, then if it's okay, I'll give this back to the intern that signed that for you.
I need one with Carmelo Anthony's signature.
All right, we'll work on
the Black Mamba. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Fife and Michael Rappaport. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Real pleasure to chat with you.
Thanks, man. Beats, Rhymes, and Live opens in New York and Los Angeles on July 8th.
Blair Herter met Cameron Diaz in the cast of Bad Teacher. He got Tom Lennon to take his shirt off. Wrong shirt, Herter.
Had some teachers through academia.
Morons!
In Bad Teacher, Cameron Diaz plays a boozing, F-bombing teacher that's looking to score a sugar daddy so she can quit her day job.
It's the first day of school. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to that. But it's mandatory. Ooh.
You know, method acting. You probably had to go to work stoned and drunk every day. Do you remember shooting this movie?
What movie?
Turn around. That one.
Oh, God.
We're here for Bad Teacher. Mm-hmm.
Yes!
You're a teacher?
Oh
Yes!
my
Okay,
God,
good.
totally.
Okay, good, because I was like, this is not
I
gonna
might
work.
be able to answer a couple
These are questions about Bad Teacher, and she doesn't remember.
I'm with you. Okay.
Elizabeth, you wanna like grab a bite sometime?
You still a gym teacher?
I am, yeah.
Then no.
Okay, cool. The child actors, is this a lesson they learned from you guys on set? Like, these are the things that we need to aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got, guys. Thank you.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, first off, great to see you again.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure.
Two, let's talk about the shirt. Where'd you get it? How much does it cost?
Handmade. By me.
Handmade.
Sell to you right now for $30.
$30?
$30 cash.
I call BS on every single thing you just said.
Twilight, what do we talk about in class? Don't throw at her, throw through her.
Hurling dodgeballs at students' faces. Effective teaching method?
Absolutely.
Yeah, fear inspires.
That's a lesson to take from this movie, is what I got from the movie.
Oh yeah, fear is a much bigger motivator than anything. Compassion. And
I don't know, money.
Money's pretty good, and fame.
I have a couple more questions about
Sure,
this.
no, I'm into it.
Can I look at the tag for a
Yeah,
second?
come on, get in here. It's actually tucked in real deep. The tag's down here in my underwear.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's right in there.
Sign my yearbook?
Hold my balls.
You've set the bar for school fundraising car washes. Are you worried at all that schools that don't implement this policy from here on out will not make money?
You definitely don't want to play it too sexy and you don't want to play it too broad. You just kind of have to straddle the middle.
Sure. I'm applying that word to something else and the imagery from that scene, but yes.
Yes, but you know, it's actually a very athletic endeavor.
Oh yeah, no, you're quite agile, I must say. You could have been an acrobat.
Holy. All right, let's do this.
What's the dark thing in Justin's life? What's bad about this dude? Because he's just so awesome and everything.
I'll tell you what was bad about Justin Timberlake, is that there's only one of them.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Hey!
So, are you guys coming to the palace tonight?
I think the lesson to take from this movie, there's quite a few. Don't stand between a woman and a new pair of boobs.
Don't. This was a business decision, you know? The times are tough. The economy is not what it used to be. There's not as many millionaires as it used to be. This is strategy. And if she doesn't get these boobs, that could mean that she could actually have to get a job at some point.
Right. Here's the other thing about the shirt. Every time I look at it, it's like it's brand new. You know, it honestly, it literally never gets old.
You want to let's just put this on.
All right.
Great. Let's do it. Just completely shirtless? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I like it. Let's just do it. Come on, let's do that. Be good here.
Oh, I don't want the shirt. I was just gonna sit here shirtless.
Cool.
For a while.
I want to sit in a way that doesn't make me look. Okay, last question for you.
Yeah, you gotta lean back. Otherwise you look like you're,
who wears denim shorts better, you or Cameron Diaz?
This is like a TV show we could do.
This is symbolism.
I think she gives me a run for my money. Well, I think it depends what you're into. I mean, if you're into buns, I think it's me. If you're into legs and abs, I think it's her. You know what I mean?
I'm here to help. Where do you want me?
Clearly, my shirt has a spellbinding appeal, kind of like Diaz washing cars. Be a good pupil and pay close attention, because that's one hot, bad teacher.
Hey, good news. What?
What? I was wondering what the good news was.
G4
I'm looking at it right now.
is the exclusive U.S. broadcaster of Marvel anime.
That's the good news. The animated adventures of Iron Man and Wolverine were actually guided by Warren Ellis, and they premiere after Comic-Con on July 29th at 11 p.m. Log on to g4tv.com/Marvel for more.
Stick around. There's more Attack after this.
Get out of here.
Yeah. There it is. I know.
So good. I'm gonna watch.
Today's Road Report is brought to you by Acura. Acura. Advance.
You should be.
I won.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Sarah Underwood bears it all at the annual Naked Bike Ride, now with never-before-seen footage. More boobs, more dongs, more nude insanity. Then the best web videos of the week get together and totally make out in our ATN Groflul. And it's an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday with guest host Devin Faraci. He'll rate The Eagle, Blowout, and Battle Beyond the Stars. See it tomorrow.
Some AOTS exclusive news.
If you fancy some hot Magic the Gathering action, you better watch this.
Yeah.
Since its debut in 1993, Magic the Gathering has been a geek phenomenon.
Give me smiling.
Letting us kick ass with decks in a fantasy world of vampires, angels, and dragons. And as Wizards of the Coast preps the launch of their latest core set, we're checking out their new digital game, Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012, along with some exclusive news. With Duels 2012, the excitement of the tabletop card game has been revamped with a competitive AI, as well as a greater variety of decks, each with their own theme, ranging from fire-breathing dragons to legions of the undead. Along with a streamlined interface, there's also the addition of Archenemy, a new mode which pits you in a brutal 3-on-1 matchup against a powerful boss, and new challenge modes that hone your skills as you face off against the computer in a one-turn deathmatch. They've also included an in-game code, which you can exchange in-store for an exclusive, rare foil card. And if you're a hands-on player, we've got great news. In an Attack of the Show exclusive, we can announce that for the first time ever, Wizards of the Coast has created all new Planeswalker cards for their 2012 core set. We got a first look at one of these new Planeswalkers, Jace Memory Adept. His abilities allow you to burn through an opponent's deck 10 cards at a time or draw 20 cards in one turn. With these new power cards, along with the addition of abilities like Hexproof and Bloodthirst, 2012 is a well-rounded offering of classic Magic cards for the beginner and plenty of new tricks for the hardcore player. If you're up for the challenge, the Magic 2012 core set drops July 15th, or pick up Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012 on PC, Xbox Live, and PSN for $10.
Thanks to Blair Herder, Sarah Underwood, Blair Underwood, Michael Rappaport Fife, and Alan St. Pierre. What a show!